The 2026 World Cup might be the most Gen Z World Cup ever. And not just because every goal is going to become a TikTok edit, every bad miss is going to become a meme, and every referee decision is going to start a comment section war. I mean, this World Cup actually matches the way Gen Z experiences the world. Fast, global, chaotic, emotional, online. This is the biggest World Cup ever. 48 teams, 104 matches, hosted across Canada, the US, and Mexico. That already sounds like it was built for Gen Z attention spans. There is always going to be another game, another upset, another viral celebration, another player nobody knew before the tournament suddenly becoming everyone's favorite athlete. But what makes this tournament different is the timing. For a lot of Gen Z, this is the first World Cup where we are not just kids watching legends anymore. We are watching the end of one era and the start of another. Messi and Ronaldo defined what football looked like for our childhood. But now, the new generation has to take over. Mbappe, Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Musiala, Pedri, Alphonso Davies. These players are not just footballers. They are brands. They are edits. They are memes. They are pressure machines. And honestly, Gen Z understands pressure. Maybe not World Cup final pressure, but online pressure? Absolutely. This generation knows what it feels like to be watched, judged, compared, clipped, and turned into content. One mistake can follow you everywhere. One moment can change how people see you. That is why modern football feels so connected to Gen Z. The players are not just playing a game, they are performing in front of the entire internet. And the 2026 World Cup is going to be the perfect storm for that, because it is happening in North America, where soccer has always had this weird identity crisis. People say nobody cares. People say football, basketball, and hockey are bigger. But every World Cup, suddenly everyone cares. People who have not watched a single club match all year are screaming at the TV like tactical experts. That is the World Cup effect. It makes casual fans emotional. It makes haters believe. It makes random group chats turn into international arguments. And that is exactly why Gen Z is going to make this World Cup feel different. Because Gen Z does not just watch sports. We turn sports into culture. We turn goals into edits, losses into memes, players into icons, moments into trends. But there is also something deeper here. Gen Z is the most connected generation ever, but somehow a lot of people feel more alone than ever. Everyone has their own feed, their own algorithm, their own little version of reality. The World Cup breaks that. For 1 month, the whole world watches the same story, the same goals, the same heartbreak, the same penalty shootouts, the same underdog runs, the same last-minute winners. That is rare now. There are not many moments left where everyone is paying attention to the same thing at the same time, and that is why the 2026 World Cup matters. It is not just about who wins. It is about identity. It is about where your family is from, the flag in your house, the team you picked as a kid, the country your parents talk about, the player who made you fall in love with the sport. And for Gen Z, that matters. Because this generation grew up global. You might be in Canada cheering for Canada. Your friend might be supporting Brazil. Someone else might randomly support Japan because of an anime edit they saw years ago. That sounds unserious, but that is Gen Z culture. It is messy, it is emotional, it is global, and somehow it works. So yeah, the 2026 World Cup might be the most Gen Z World Cup ever. Not because Gen Z invented football, but because this tournament matches the way Gen Z sees the world. Fast, loud, global, online, emotional, full of pressure, full of identity. And when the whole world is watching in 2026, Gen Z is not just going to watch the World Cup. Gen Z is going to turn it into culture.